All right, motherfuckers. We're okay. We are going to do some back today, and I can't wait because over the past, I would say, let me turn this air off so you guys can hear me better. Over the past week, we've been having some very interesting workouts. I've been feeling the stretches, contractions way more. A bit slowly, getting those movements in. But man, goddamn, I've been feeling those pumps, all those fibers breaking, and we're gonna do the same thing for today. We're gonna do some good shit today. All right. So, yeah, I'm here. Let's hit it.
So, I kind of want to show you guys something before we get back. I always mention that when it comes to chest, the best way how I get my pumps is through that. And I haven't done that sort of stuff in a month and a half. But I just want to show you because of what I learned from just doing a simple push-up, I apply to the majority of all my chest workouts. Because of the sort of angle, and I don't even do them clean because I'm very focused on trying to get the contraction mostly than trying to just do a very clean push-up, because I'm not trying to utilize my shoulders or biceps, really not at all. I'm trying to push everything through my chest. Like if I'm doing a bench press, it's the same. But yeah, my form is not good at all doing these, but that's not the point, at least in my view. And we know 25. Yeah, I don't know. I remember when I started doing that, because I've been training for not long at all, like since September. So from there, after a few months, I started just doing push-ups to get the chest more. But then I remember when I was doing them, because I was super focused on muscle to mind connection, I applied the same thing even to a no weight exercise. And I will tell you, I don't know if it's just my body, but I get the biggest pump in my chest when I do this. There's nothing else that does it. And then just doing a normal push-up. Normal. I love it. I don't know why. I don't. Well, I will say that I feel it everywhere, but most there would be here. Yeah, but I feel it everywhere. I love push-ups because it's I'm definitely gonna be doing those way more in the cuts, likely. And go to failure. I mean, I'm trying to get to 25 reps, but you guys know me when it comes to counting. I just go to failure, you know. I just keep going until I can't do more round. Let's do one more, just to do 4 sets. I will say maybe because it's not like, so we're doing this with no weight. I don't feel like if you apply weight, it's pretty awkward to do. Therefore, the range of motion isn't the best. So it doesn't really matter at that point. You can't get, sometimes after you got a lot of weight, but in push-ups is a different story. Because your feet and your hands are the things that are holding you to come down and to come up. So if one thing is a little off balance, it's not the same almost. I mean, as long as you have the engagement on the chest at all times, then you're fine. That's what I said about my form. My form's not good. But again, I'm trying to do a normal push-up. Yeah, I told you. Look. I don't know, give it a try. For me, it's wonderful. Because I think it's because I just get so much blood in there. You can gauge it a bit differently if you want to structure it toward the workout. But for me, if you go to Philly with these, in my opinion, I don't think much things can come close when it comes to a pump. I mean, I'm sitting down. I already know. I've done that part before. All right. I just wanted to show you guys that. Just thought it was interesting, since I always say it. But anyways, let's get to the actual workout. We're gonna do back. I'm gonna start with the lat bones as always. After we'll do barbell rows, superset with dumbbell versions, and rest as usual. Let's get to it. All right. Hopefully no one has to use the, whatever this thing is called. Not always, but not long ago, I started treating lat pull downs more like a pull-up, because I find that for me, whenever you do very wide grip pull-ups, it lengthens out your lats because you're stretching outward. So if you apply the same principle to this, which is kind of the same thing, you get to do it with more weight. And I feel like there's more control because you have this thing. So the fact that this thing is holding you and you're able to stretch out like this with weight, it's great. But I would say that it does complement to do just free weight pull-ups. Not sure about weighted, but let me put this here so I don't lose track of the set. You guys know that back for me is like a complete stretch day. We stretch on lats, we stretch on barbell rows, we stretch on dumbbell versions, we stretch on cables, we stretch on T-bars, stretch on everything. All right, let's do supersets. So this is a tad bit closer. You know, because since we've been doing this on species, I can put it a bit closer. We're getting stronger at these, man. Pretty good. All right. I'm gonna have to get dumbbells. We did max 40 last time, so the max rep was 10 on the 45s. Let's see if we can do more, because I am feeling pretty strong at the moment. Nope. It's fine. Damn. The fuck energy? That was good about 2 minutes ago. Nope. Because I felt more energy to do these, but that's bizarre. Either way, I felt it, you know, because with these, it's not like maybe, I don't know, trying to think, maybe like a lat pull down. A lat pull down, you can kind of jank your way. These, no, because I mean, you're stretching all the way. You can't jank that. Because if you try to jank it, your shoulder's gonna get in play and you can fuck yourself up. So, I mean, I'm really just pushing until right in the border when that's happening. Once that happens, I just stop regardless of the rep. Doesn't make sense to continue if your shoulder's starting to say like, what's up? All right, let's do underhand lat pull downs. Let me just put this thing back. It was a beauty. I got the same one in Species and same one here. Doesn't really fuck with anyone's path or workout. All right, so I think I did max here. I don't know, because like in Species, when you use the lat pull down it doesn't even show the weight. So I kind of have to just go by the feeling. I'm gonna say, well, when I was doing it there, I was sort of janking. Like I had to, so I'm gonna say, yeah, that's a huge spike. Maybe 150, but maybe I'm going too high there. Either way, 1, 2, 3, we can start at 110. Yeah, we can start at 110. Because I'm sure I've gotten stronger on one of these. I'm positive. I don't remember his name, but I do gotta give credit to Rambot. Because I did see a video once where I think he's explaining it to Urs. I don't know his last name, but this is a German guy who's competing in the Olympia. I saw a video once where he was doing this, but the bar was touching his upper chest. So the fact of doing that, and I explained this before, it engages more of the lower lat because you're allowing a bit of a lock. Once you stretch out, you're going up. It's not the same when you do lat pull down where it's just wide and it engages the overall. This is more of the lower. And that's what I'm doing. I feel it, that's for sure. Yeah. I'm curious to see the back shot for this. Doing it this way. Probably not 150. No, no. It must have been likely the same. It's just that over there's like no label, so I don't even know what's the exact weight. Yeah. All right, let's do cable back rows. yeah, it's really, really nice because that's what I said before. Now we're finally connecting a lot of the, the basic muscle to mind connection with a lot more heavier weight. And when did I start that? I think I did the lower set thing probably a month and a half. So until a week ago, we finally started applying the first starting crucial thing, which is absolute muscle to mind connection with the heavier weight. So that's amazing because you're able to put intensity while at the same time actually applying some some actual pressure to the muscle. So yeah, good thing overall. All right, let's do back extensions. That way we can give enough time to rest the lats since we've just been on and on and on. Yeah, let's do lower back and then afterwards we'll hit the T-bars. Oh shit. I feel like your lower back, especially when you're bulking, isn't as pronounced. But I think it's also because of where it's located, since it's towards the hips and there's more fat there that's stored. So it's like abs, the same thing. You can do plenty of abs when you're bulking it, it'll pop. But it's like when you have a big jacket. Once you're on the cut, then all those exercises show out a lot. And I kind of see it the same way probably with lower back. I've been doing back extension for, I think, since I started. I am excited about that because I've never been on a cut, so I don't know if I've had that pronounced, because I do have genetically from my mom a back. So maybe, but all I know is once the cut comes in, it's going to be very interesting. I think a lot of times when it comes to back extensions, you gotta really focus more on the rep than the amount that you think you're gonna do, because you can point your lower back more if you're kind of in a, not completely, but in a still position, coming down, coming out. You feel the burn a lot more quicker, and you won't be able to do all those reps. But it is better to do the reps you're gonna think, but not do the best rep. Every time I'm doing lower back, it's like a chiropractor adjusted you. You're like, that's great. But yeah, let's do, is there anyone with the T-bars? Nope, perfect. We'll do T-bars as usual. And since I'm starting every workout with calves to get it over with, pretty much after T-bars, we'll get right into posing. Let's do it. Since this platform is lower and it doesn't touch as much as the ones that we do in species, I'll start it with the 245s, just to feel it. If it's simple, then we'll pass the max by 10. Yeah. I love doing this, doing these, and I'm not being sarcastic. I actually really like doing these. I get such a good stretch doing it. Yeah, as I thought, because it's lower, so it is a bit harder. Well, that's a good thing, because it allows more tension over every part, compared to the other one where the platform's higher, so you can't really go down so much. Because if you do, that other platform, this bar starts to touch it, and so the weight drops. And if the weight drops, the amount of weight that you're carrying doing this is not the same when you come down, when you're doing the other platform. So it defeats the purpose. But with this, it's a completely different story. So I love doing this. course, you gotta always train hard. But I like where things are going. I really like the fact that I keep saying this, that I was able to finally connect the pure principle of muscle to mind connection with heavier weights. Even though I started the whole process with the 3 sets about a month and a half ago, because I tend to, I don't know, I like when I get feedback. That's why I like to work out a lot, because it's a quick feedback system. Whatever work you put in, that's the results that you're gonna get out. If you work hard and smart, you are guaranteed to get results. There's no way you won't get results. But it's also mentality. If you have your head and mind of always thinking about where your muscle's going in the range of motion, eventually, like right now, when you're doing heavier weights, and you look at very critical things like why your muscle is getting more width than the other, and why the other isn't, sometimes that muscle to mind connection will come in. At least that's what happened to me. Yeah, it's really great. All right, let's do some posing before it closes. All right, so I think I figured out how to do this. I've always had trouble. I think I'm supposed to just put it close and you guys can see. Let's just do a back shot. Let me try to do one of the 90s. I think it's, I don't know how to do this, but. Whoa. Ah, shit. They're getting wider. Yeah, they are. Good, good, good. Eventually, when delts are more round, I want to do that when it's a bit more round. We'll just be able to do the classic Lavrone thing here. All right, let's get to the car.
Oh man, you gotta get your head in the game. All right, let me turn. I get hot in here, so I just turn on the air. But you gotta get your head in the game. If you're feeling good, if you're feeling bad, you still have to equally work hard. In fact, even harder if you're not feeling as well. Because look, like the way how I viewing from my perspective, the way how I have been growing so far is by having that mentality to continue to go. And once that happens, I realize something, because here's the thing. You're facing tougher problems, or maybe you're not getting the same great circumstance. Like, let's say you're all pumped up, you're excited to go to the gym and you're going it hard, whatever. Some days it's not going to be exactly like that. And for me, what I've learned is the reason why that happens is that those days make you change a bit, or let's say it makes you think differently to understand the root problem, and try to find solutions, right? So you start to question better. Once you question better, you tend to find a better, sometimes a better, let's say, response towards that question when you're training. So if you're not feeling the same, one of those circumstances is that, like, let's say you're training consistently and you're thinking of these different variables of why, in my case, my chest isn't growing as much and whatever, but all my other parts are. And so when that happens, I tend to concentrate so much, and I actually work even harder because I'm really focusing now on the rep, on the quality of the rep, because I know that that's the problem. The problem isn't the workout completely, right? For me, I believe that when I have those issues, it's not the workout. It's the way how I'm executing it. Because you adapt, you know? So you have to learn, like, okay, sometimes my body behaves this sort of way once I do this for a certain period of time. And maybe I have to mix a bit of the volume, let's say, or I have to mix in a bit of a deload. I have to mix in a bit of a mix between heavier sets or more volume, right? And I have to do a little bit of variations. Like, you know, all these different things will definitely contribute to another response, right? Once you get a different response, you start to see some gains. Why? Because the fact that you're tweaking, you don't have to tweak everything, right? What I mean by everything is, like, if you tweak one single thing, and let's say you're going absolutely heavy intensity like Mike Menser, but if that's all you do, you could get gains. I'm not gonna say that you won't, but I don't think for the majority of the people, I feel like there's more to it. So, like, if you can add in some spots with different variables, like what I said with varieties of whether volume or intensity of lower sets, or let's say a mix of a deload, etc., those sort of things, your body is naturally going to grow a bit differently because it's doing something that it hasn't done before. As each, let's say, several minutes. Because that's the thing. You can do one workout that's different, but is it really going to change overall that muscle group in that entire workout? I don't know, right? That's the thing. I don't know. But what I do know is that if you add in all these different things to every single workout you do, I really do believe that your body will react differently, and I think it should gain. Because your body's constantly adapting. So it's a constant battle for you to always try to challenge your body into something that it's not adapted to. Because, you know, it's like what Arnold said. Once you do your back workout or you do your chest workout, your body knows what you're gonna do. It knows what it's gonna do, right? If you've been doing the same thing for months, and let's say you've had issues of a bit plateauing, it's because your body knows exactly what it does. So it prepares itself and it tries to make it as unstressful as possible. That's not what you want. You want it to be stressful for your muscles so that it can struggle. Your body doesn't want that because why should it? It's just worried about its survival. But anyways, you have to constantly apply pressure. And so I think maybe that's what's very hard for people. It's to keep your head in the game when it comes to that. That's super important because it's that constant battle of trying to up your game every single time once your body is adapted. And your body tends to adapt sometimes faster than you think. And so I think that's why, you know, not a lot of people can stay doing this for a long period of time because they just get confused and tired of it. And that's the real game. Once you've understood the whole process of why those things happen and why it actually helps you more than just grabbing a hammer to a nail and hitting a rock every single time and thinking that that's going to solve your problems. No, it's actually super good that your body's adapting that way because you get to learn different things. You get to apply a rich amount of different variations and different, let's say, principles and ranges of motions to your workouts, your arsenal when it comes to doing a back or doing a chest day or doing a legs becomes abundant. You know what you're doing. That's why you get experience. That's called experience, because you have to go through this battle. Once you've gone through those battles and you've understood them, the next battle that comes in, you have a foundational work. You understand, like, oh, okay, this is similar to this, right? This isn't something. Now, I'm not saying that nothing's gonna catch you off guard, because that's the thing, right? That's the thing about your body. Every single time when you think that no, you kind of got it. No, you don't. You have to be humble. You don't. You almost do, but you don't, right? And so your body is going to adapt quicker, and it's gonna tell you, like, you see, I got you. And you're like, no, we're not doing none of that. We're not doing any of that shit. And so, that's the game. I feel like for me, that's the beauty about bodybuilding. And that's why I'm also very attracted to it, because I've always played video games in my life. This may sound a bit random, like talk about video games. Like, what does that have to do with bodybuilding? Well, I've played video games for so long, and I tend to, a lot of the times, whenever I do something, I don't do a lot of things, to be honest. I'm not a person that does so many things, because I tend to do things to a deeper extent when I really like to do them, when it's my hobby, when it's my interest. Like something that I really like to do, I go full on. Anything else, I don't, because I don't see I don't see the point much to go into something if I'm not going to go deep. So, with that mentality, I've kind of did the same thing with video games, because I was obsessive about it. I always wanted to see, like, how else can I raise my bar? What else can I beat? What can I break? I was upping my skills. I liked progression. That was the thing about video games. I just liked the fact that I was constantly getting better and better and better and better. But, I'm 22 years old, and I'm not saying that, like, oh, I'm old and I can't play video games. Like, no, it doesn't. You can be as old as 70, 80 years old and play video games, and that doesn't mean anything, right? The point is that, like, what is that going to do to my life? Is there any sort of incentive? Is there anything big that's coming out of it? And for me, I find like I could use the same mentality and approach when it comes to bodybuilding. I love bodybuilding because it's something that never stops. Honestly, you're never going to be satisfied, because you're always going to try to find one little thing that you need to improve. That's just the reality of the situation. No matter how big you get, no matter if you've been training for 20 to 30 years, you're always going to have goals to improve yourself. And I feel like that's the point, The point is not to get there, it's to pass it, right? It's to learn more about than just that. And so, for me, this is a process of why I said this, because I'm mentioning that, like, you have to constantly try to find ways to challenge your body so that it has a harder time adapting. Because each time it adapts better, right? That's why once you've trained for several years, and it makes logical sense. Once you've trained for several years, your body naturally adapts to hypertrophy. And so it doesn't mean that, once you've worked out, you're not going to have gains much at all. No, you definitely will have gains, but the gains are much harder. So it's actually so crucial. It is so crucial that your body is challenging you right now to plateau. Why? Because it's forcing you to apply new things in order for it to be stressed again. And the fact that you're learning these different things will absolutely help you in the years that come by, because your body adapts. You see what I'm saying? Your body adapts. So, you see, like, if you think about it like this, then all this stuff is normal. This is part of the game. That's normal. So the real gain, the real exercise, not that the exercises aren't real, they're absolutely real because they lead on to that point, But let's say the apex, the checkpoints of your gains is when you get those moments like your body's adapting, and you have to apply different variables to try to find a response and give and make your body react differently, right? And that's where you gotta be. That's where you just have to listen to your body, and you have to hit the gym and really concentrate on what you're doing. You're wasting your time if you're not concentrating. You're like, just, there's no point. You gotta concentrate. You can listen to music. I listen to music, but I definitely concentrate when I'm working out. Even filming, I concentrate. I absolutely concentrate. In fact, I force myself to concentrate even more, and that's why I do like to film right now. I like the concept of it because I knew that if I did this stuff, I would always have a commitment each time. And so, yeah. And maybe that thought of commitment will be different. Like, yeah, that will happen. That it will happen that the commitment will be different. But that's also the challenge. So, you know, just enjoy the process. You got to enjoy the process. Yeah. Love the game, man. Just love the game. It's not something for everybody, but if it's for you, oh man, it is so awesome because you're constantly getting bigger, you're gaining, you're learning. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah. All right, so that was it for today. I really liked what we did today with our training. Tomorrow we'll be doing I think legs. Yeah, we'll be doing some legs, guys. So yeah, we'll see about that. I'm not sure if I'll train with my sister because I am working out now much more later at night because of my schedule. But we'll see, we'll see. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.